Most people think bone loss is just part of aging, inevitable, invisible, and unstoppable. But the truth is far more empowering. Right now across the country, millions of older adults are quietly losing bone strength without even realizing it. No pain, no warning signs. Until the fall comes, until the fracture, until the hospital bed replaces the morning walk. But here's the good news, your bones are not beyond saving. In fact, what you eat today could shape how strong you feel next year. Backed by real science and real stories, this video reveals 7 powerful everyday foods that help seniors build bone strength from the inside out without pills, powders, or expensive programs. If you're over 60, your bones need more than hope. They need support, and it starts right on your plate. Watch until the end to discover the overlooked foods that could be your best protection against falls, fractures, and frailty. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more trustworthy health tips, and leave a comment to let us know which of these foods will you be adding to your routine this week. Your health is your greatest wealth, and we're here to help you protect it one bite at a time. Number 1, tofu, the natural brick that builds bone strength. When Clarence C.J. Donnelly was told his bones were thinning faster than expected, he wasn't surprised, but he was frustrated. At 79, the retired firefighter from Santa Fe still prided himself on his independence. He'd spent decades running into danger to save others. The thought of losing his strength to something silent, like bone loss, didn't sit right with him. His doctor explained the numbers: a sharp drop in bone density over just 2 years. His daughter, who had switched to a plant-based diet, suggested something CJ had never even tasted: tofu. At first he laughed. Tofu, that soft white block from the health aisle. But when he learned it was packed with calcium, and not just any calcium, but the kind that absorbs well in aging bodies, he gave it a shot. Specifically, CJ started using calcium-set tofu, a version made with calcium sulfate as a coagulant. Just half a cup can contain up to 500 milliliters of calcium. That's more than a glass of milk with none of the digestive trouble. But that wasn't the only benefit. Tofu also provides complete plant-based protein, essential for maintaining the collagen framework that keeps bones flexible, not brittle. Then came the part that really surprised him. Tofu contains isoflavones, natural compounds found in soy that act like mild estrogens in the body. Several studies, including one published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, have shown that isoflavones help reduce bone loss, especially in postmenopausal women, but also in men by slowing the breakdown of bone tissue. CJ started cooking with tofu 3 times a week, scrambled with turmeric and onions for breakfast, stir-fried with broccoli and garlic at dinner. He began to feel stronger, less stiffness when rising from a chair, better balance during walks. His follow-up labs showed not just stabilized calcium levels, but improved vitamin D absorption. His physical therapist even noted better posture and confidence in his movements. For many older adults, tofu can be an overlooked powerhouse. It's gentle on the stomach, easy to chew, and takes on the flavor of whatever it's cooked with. Whether you're cutting back on meat, can't tolerate dairy, or just looking for a smarter way to strengthen your frame, this humble block of soy could be a game changer. Just make sure you check the label. Look for calcium sulfate as the coagulant. That's the signal you're getting the kind of tofu that actually builds bones, not just fills your plate. CJ didn't expect much when he gave tofu a chance. But now, as he puts it, it's not just food. It's part of what's keeping me on my feet. Number 2, prunes, the sweet fruit with serious strength. Maxine Hargrove never thought something as simple as a dried plum could make a difference. At 84, she'd heard her fair share of health advice. Pills, powders, complicated regimens. But when her doctor mentioned that her bone density was slipping closer to the danger zone, Maxine knew she had to act. She didn't want another prescription. She wanted something she could actually enjoy, something that felt like living, not just surviving. That's when her granddaughter, a young dietitian, handed her a bag of prunes. Prunes. Maxine raised an eyebrow. Aren't those just for digestion? But she gave them a try. 5 prunes every morning with her breakfast. That's it. What most people don't realize is that prunes are packed with polyphenols, natural plant compounds that fight inflammation and slow the process of bone breakdown. Research from Osteoporosis International found that postmenopausal women who ate just 5 to 6 prunes a day maintained better bone density than those who didn't. Another study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirmed that prunes may actually reverse bone loss over time. But that's just the beginning. Prunes are also rich in vitamin K, which helps calcium bind properly to the bone matrix. They deliver potassium, which balances acid levels in the body, critical for keeping calcium in the bones where it belongs. And they offer boron, a trace mineral that supports the metabolism of both calcium and vitamin D. After just a few months, Maxine noticed something subtle but powerful. Her joints didn't ache in the morning. She felt steadier getting out of bed. Her balance improved. At her next scan, her doctor was surprised no further bone loss. For Maxine, that wasn't just data, it was hope. Prunes aren't flashy. They don't come in a bottle or require a doctor's visit. But they're soft, sweet, easy to chew, and incredibly effective for older adults looking for a natural way to protect their bones. Start with 2 or 3. Build up to 5 or 6 as your body adjusts. Choose unsulfured, no added sugar varieties. Mix them into oatmeal, slice them over yogurt, or eat them straight from the jar. Maxine still eats her 5 prunes every morning. She calls it her little insurance policy, and for her, it's working 1 bite at a time. Number 3, sardines, tiny fish, tremendous strength. Jerry Hanley had never been the salad type. A retired railroad inspector from upstate New York, he liked simple meals, meat and potatoes, nothing fancy. But when his doctor told him his bones were thinning and that a fall could mean months in rehab, he knew he had to make a change. The problem: Jerry couldn't tolerate dairy. Milk made his stomach churn. Yogurt didn't sit well either. Calcium supplements left him bloated. That's when a senior center nutritionist gave him a tip that changed everything: sardines with bones. He gave it a shot, at first cautiously. He mashed them into a salad with lemon juice, celery, and a pinch of black pepper. They weren't bad. Actually, they were good, and they were working. Just 1 3-ounce serving of sardines with bones delivers over 300 milliliters of calcium. That's more than a glass of milk. Plus, they come with a built-in dose of vitamin D, around 200 IU per serving. That's key because calcium doesn't do much without vitamin D to help the body absorb it. And then there's the omega-3s, healthy fats that reduce inflammation and help stimulate osteoblast activity, the process by which the body builds new bone tissue. Sardines are one of the few foods that naturally contain all 3 of these essential bone-building nutrients in one affordable, shelf-stable can. Over the next few months, Jerry made sardine salad a regular part of his lunch. His balance improved, his legs felt steadier, and on long walks he didn't get that wobbly feeling he used to. At his next appointment, his doctor noticed better muscle tone and a small improvement in bone density. For Jerry, that was more than numbers, it was peace of mind. If you're new to sardines, start slow. Look for canned varieties packed in water or olive oil, not sauces that are high in sodium. And always check the label for with bones. That's where the calcium is. They're soft, easy to chew. No cooking required. You can eat them right out of the can, mash them onto whole grain toast, toss them in pasta, or stir them into a salad like Jerry. Big bone benefits don't always come in big packages. Sometimes they come in a little tin. And for older adults looking to protect their strength, sardines might be one of the smartest foods on the shelf. Number 4, leafy greens, nature's bone medicine for seniors. Lenora Ellsworth used to skip vegetables. At 76, she didn't hate them, but they never excited her either. Raised on fried food and sweet tea in Birmingham, Alabama, leafy greens just didn't feel like a priority. That changed the day her doctor used a word she hadn't heard before: osteopenia. It wasn't full-blown osteoporosis yet, but it was a warning. Lenora didn't want another pill. She wanted a choice. And it came unexpectedly through her granddaughter, a student studying nutrition. One afternoon, they cooked together steamed collards with garlic and lemon. Something clicked. It was warm, familiar, flavorful. It felt like home, just healthier. That's how it started. Collard greens, kale, bok choy. Not just tasty, they're loaded with bone-friendly nutrients. 1 cup of cooked collards, over 250 milliliters of calcium, plant-based, easy to digest, and ideal for older adults who can't tolerate dairy. But the magic doesn't stop there. Leafy greens deliver vitamin K, critical for helping calcium bind to the bone matrix. Without it, much of that calcium just floats through the body. They're also packed with magnesium and potassium, 2 minerals that help keep bones strong by reducing acid buildup that can leach calcium from your skeleton. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that higher intake of green vegetables was directly associated with better bone mineral density in older adults, especially in women over 60. And the best part, these vegetables are incredibly low in calories, rich in fiber, and support digestion too. Lenora didn't just feel physically stronger. She started sleeping better. Her mood lifted. Cooking with her granddaughter became a weekly ritual. stir-fried bok choy, kale blended into smoothies, spinach folded into scrambled eggs. Over time, her follow-up scans showed no further bone loss. But more than that, she felt present, connected. If you're trying to get more calcium without dairy, focus on low oxalate greens. While spinach is nutritious, it's also high in oxalates, which block calcium absorption. Instead, lean on kale collards and bok choy cooked down for maximum volume, maximum impact. They're soft, easy to chew, versatile in every meal. Add olive oil and a squeeze of lemon to boost nutrient absorption. Whether you saute them, steam them, or stir them into soup, these greens aren't just sides. They're support systems for your bones. Lenora still cooks her greens 3 times a week. Not because she has to, but because now she wants to. Number 5, Greek yogurt, the cup that builds strong mornings and stronger bones. Edwina Eddie Kruger never liked taking pills. At 78, the retired librarian from Boise had a cabinet full of supplements she barely touched. Calcium tablets made her nauseous. Vitamin D gave her headaches. Her doctor told her she needed to protect her bones, but Eddie wanted something simple, something that didn't feel like medicine. That's when her dietitian asked a single question. Do you like yogurt? She did, especially the thick, creamy kind. And just like that, her morning ritual began with 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is more than just a tasty snack. It's one of the most efficient sources of calcium and protein for seniors. A single 6-ounce serving contains up to 250 mg of calcium and 15-20 grams of protein, 2 building blocks your bones need every single day. And because it's naturally lower in lactose, it's easier on the digestive system than traditional dairy. But what makes it truly powerful is how it supports collagen production. Bones aren't made of minerals alone. They rely on a flexible protein matrix collagen that gives bones their structure and resilience. Without enough protein, especially the kind found in complete sources like yogurt, that matrix starts to break down. And it's not just theory. Studies from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition show that seniors with higher protein and calcium intake have better bone density and a lower risk of fractures, especially when those nutrients come from food, not just supplements. Eddie didn't stop at just eating yogurt. She made it part of her routine. Every morning she'd pair it with blueberries, chia seeds, and a drizzle of honey. She said it made her feel lighter, more energized. Within 6 months, her DEXA scan showed stabilized bone density. But what she noticed first was how she moved steadier feet, easier mornings, fewer aches when bending over the garden bed. Greek yogurt is easy to work into your day. Eat it on its own. Blend it into smoothies, use it in salad dressings or as a substitute for sour cream. Just make sure to choose plain, unsweetened versions and look for brands fortified with vitamin D, which helps your body absorb calcium more efficiently. It's not a pill. It's not a program. It's just a cup, a habit, a quiet, powerful way to give your bones what they need before trouble starts. Eddie still starts every day with her morning medicine, but she doesn't call it that anymore. She calls it breakfast. Number 6, fortified plant-based milks, dairy-free Bone Strong. Wendell Duke had been waking up in the middle of the night with painful leg cramps. At 80, the retired mail carrier from Sacramento was still active, walking, daily gardening, even dancing at his local senior center. But those cramps were starting to slow him down. His doctor said it could be a calcium issue. The problem, Wendell hadn't touched dairy in years. Milk upset his stomach. Cheese gave him bloating. Yogurt was hit or miss. So he avoided it all until someone suggested something he hadn't considered: fortified plant-based milk. He started with soy milk, 1 cup added to his oatmeal each morning. Not just any soy milk, but one fortified with calcium and vitamin D, 2 nutrients his body desperately needed. The results: within weeks, the cramps faded. Within months, his energy improved. Wendell was sleeping through the night again, and he felt steadier on his feet. Fortified plant-based milks are one of the most underrated tools for bone support, especially for older adults who can't tolerate traditional dairy. Brands made with almond oat, soy, or flax can be just as rich in bone-building nutrients if you choose the right ones. Many of these milks are fortified with 300–450 mg of calcium per cup and at least 100 IU of vitamin D. That combination matters. Without enough vitamin D, your body can't absorb calcium efficiently, no matter how much you consume. And as we age, our ability to synthesize vitamin D from sunlight declines. Soy milk in particular offers another bonus: plant-based protein, around 7 grams per cup. That's a big win for bone health, since protein helps maintain the collagen framework that keeps bones resilient, not brittle. According to a study in the Journal of Aging Research, older adults who consumed fortified non-dairy milk had similar or better bone density scores compared to those who drank cow's milk, especially when paired with a balanced diet. Wendell now rotates between soy and oat milk. He pours it over cereal, blends it into smoothies, even uses it in his coffee. No stomach upset, no cramps. Just steady, quiet support day in and day out. If you're exploring options, always check the label. Look for calcium at least 300 milligrams per serving, vitamin D 100 IU or more, unsweetened varieties to avoid added sugars. These milks are more than just a trend. They're a modern, gentle, and effective way to nourish your bones, especially when dairy isn't an option. Wendell still smiles when people ask how he stays so active. He lifts his mug and says, "Starts right here." Number 7, eggs, the simple superfood for stronger bones. Millie Roas never skipped breakfast. At 77, the retired school principal from Tucson believed in starting the day with something hearty. But after a routine scan revealed early-stage osteoporosis, her doctor said she needed to make some changes, starting with her bones. She wasn't keen on supplements. The pills were big. They upset her stomach. So her primary care doctor made a suggestion that surprised her: 2 eggs every morning. Not fancy, not expensive, just eggs. One large egg may not look like much, but inside is a rare combination that aging bones crave. Each egg provides 40 IU of vitamin D, one of the few natural sources of this essential nutrient. Most of that vitamin D is found in the yolk. It may not sound like much, but when combined with other foods and even a little sun, it adds up fast. And there's more. Each egg also contains about 6 to 7 grams of complete protein, supplying all 9 essential amino acids the body needs to build and maintain bone matrix. That protein supports collagen production, the flexible framework that keeps bones from becoming brittle. Without it, calcium has no structure to bind to. And let's not forget phosphorus, another critical player in bone strength. One egg has about 86 millimoles, helping form the mineral-rich foundation of your skeleton, right alongside calcium. According to research from the Journal of Nutrition and Gerontology and Geriatrics, moderate egg consumption in older adults, around 1 egg daily, was associated with better bone turnover markers and improved muscle strength, which plays a huge role in preventing falls. Millie took it to heart. She started with 2 soft-boiled eggs served with a side of spinach and whole grain toast. Within 3 months, she noticed more than just better energy. Her follow-up labs showed a bump in vitamin D status, and her next scan revealed a small but meaningful improvement in bone density. She kept going. Eggs became a staple in her kitchen, scrambled, poached, mixed into veggie-packed omelets. Easy to prepare, easy to chew, gentle on digestion, and perfect for any time of day. If you're concerned about cholesterol, here's what you need to know. The latest studies, including those from Harvard Health, show that 1 egg a day is safe for most people, including those managing heart health, especially when part of a balanced diet. Look for pasture-raised or omega-3 enriched eggs for even more bone-supporting nutrients. Some brands now offer eggs from hens fed with vitamin D fortified feed, giving you an extra edge without changing your routine. Millie still starts her day the same way. 2 eggs, no fuss, just strength in every bite. 7 foods. They're not magic. They won't change your life overnight, but they will change it if you let them. A spoonful of yogurt, a handful of prunes, a single cup of fortified milk. These aren't grand gestures. They're small daily choices that add up to something powerful. Stronger legs, a steadier back, and the freedom to live life on your terms. Your bones don't ask for much. They work quietly, holding you upright, helping you move, bend, dance, and hug the people you love. You don't see them, but how you treat them shapes how you live, how confident your steps feel, how easy your mornings are, how independent your future can be. So what will you choose today? A bowl of leafy greens, 2 eggs for breakfast, or maybe a simple tin of sardines? Whatever it is, let it be a gift to your future self. And if this video helped you even just a little, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment. We'd love to hear how you're building strength one bite at a time. If this helped you, don't forget to subscribe. Your health is your greatest wealth.